make it and Morse code didn't make it. So Morse code, I think it came down to attendance, because I think with a JMUG win, like you got they got to give it to you.
Yeah.
But Wevins, it was the placements were very good for Wevins, but the panelists are saying that he was lacking the quality wins at these majors. Which, dude, this isn't like a rant against panelists. I think some people felt this way and ranked this way, but I think that placements should start to matter more now because everybody's so good, and I think it's kind of a shame to, like, let's say somebody places 9th at a big tournament, but then the wins weren't notable because those players aren't currently ranked. I guarantee you a lot of those players that were ran through in that bracket end up getting ranked the next period because everyone's so good, and like they're there for a reason, right? So we could start to say it's like, oh, these aren't lucky brackets. Like, everyone's good, so you're kind of just earning everything, and this is just the bracket you were given. So you know what? Fuck it. 9th at Genesis does count, even if you just got one marquee win, you know?
I mean, we were talking about that before we were on the block about the value of Genesis versus the value of Big House at the end of the year. That's kind of where, like, you're talking about you can kind of retroactively go back. Maybe that's where doing pretty well early helps, because maybe you do get an easy top 8 at Genesis at the time, and you come back to, you know, SSBM ranked Summer Edition,
and then you just get a couple of marquee wins, and then now when you're looking at a top 100 list, you're like, okay, not that many quality wins early on, but, you know, they placed 9th here and 7th there, cool, and then here's the wins. Okay, you get a high marking on top 100. But yeah, either way, and that's not to say that that's what happened with Wevins. I'm sure the panelists knew exactly what they were doing. And I know that some panelists actually do view things that way. So it's, I mean, that's the beauty of the panel system, and slightly a curse, is that you kind of you have a panel for a reason of like 30 different people who look at things differently, but in the end, when you put it all together, it kind of balances out different biases, which we all tend to have. I still don't think we should ever go to any kind of like ELO system or whatever. I think that would be bad. But
this is a pretty good showing from Arkian here.
Yeah. Let me shut up for a second and check out this match, because it is Pikachu versus Jigglypuff, which should be very Jigglypuff favored. But to keep up like this with a name like Aglet is very impressive. Okay, a little antsy on that up smash, costing Arkian the stock.
Yeah, that's where a lot of the punishing's been. As soon as Pikachu gets off stage, it's kind of Dunsky.
Yeah. Which, I mean, Pikachu's got a great recovery. I don't know if that should be the case.
Yeah, maybe just get a little bit more creative. I've seen them go to ledge once, which didn't help him at all. And I've seen that kind of same predictable, let me throw out the neutral B, get a little spark out, maybe it'll hinder you, and then they just...
Right, or in this case where Aglet feints low, and then Pikachu burns the jump. And then Aglet just follows up, jumps, and then gets the back air. So maybe need to deepen the recovery options and start, you know, getting a little brave and drifting down into where Jigglypuff is going, air dodging a little bit, just putting yourself in a position. Well, I mean, what it comes down to with a lot of skillful recovery is not so much like, so yeah, you have to save your resources, but also, or use them where appropriate, but part of it is also drifting or putting yourself in a position where you have a ton of options and threats so that it's harder for your opponent to edgeguard you, right? Sometimes people just start their recovery at the wrong spot, and that's where you messed up to begin with.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're looking at top players and you're thinking, okay, but they use this mix-up, why did it work for them? It's because they started in a spot where that mix-up, you know, is there because something else was really threatening, you know.
I think you see it a lot with Puff, too, as a recovering character, where it's, do they use the pound this time? When do they use the pound this time? And how do I mix it up for next time? Whereas if you get with like Hungry Box, you'll have like Zane knows exactly when he's going to pound every single time because he just throws it out at the same time.
But like H-Box's recovery too, like sometimes he's just stanced up in the air because he knows he's got that kind of time and that amount of jumps, so he can just stand there and threaten with forward air, back air. It's like, come at me, and then if you don't, cool, then give me the space and I'll take ledge.
Yeah, I've liked Aglet's kind of outlook on this game so far, because they've had the lead since game 1. They had the roll read earlier, didn't go for rest, went for a grab because they knew that they had the lead and they didn't need to risk anything up.
Right.
That's kind of, that's why Arkian took Puff to Pokemon Stadium here. An up smash kills at like 50%, 45% or something like that.
A little trade there. Yeah. We saw it earlier, kind of a low percentage stock loss from Arkian because of the recovery once again. I think that would change a lot. Let's see the recovery here. Okay, all right. Gets through with an early up B. I like that. Mixing it up a bit.
Yeah, and it's like right at that percent where even if it connects and you know it's coming, Aglet could get the DI to survive. So I don't even know if it's a good option. Maybe just like throw out a couple like the wackiest up airs you can get. Maybe get like 4%, 3%. Just helps a little
chip
bit.
Damage. Yeah, Aglet has been feinting low and then going for the jump read every single time.
Ooh.
So Arkian's got to definitely mix it up. Hopes to stay alive.
Yeah, that Pikachu down smash, I think Swift has kind of ruined Pikachu for a lot of those lower level Pikachus because they make the Pikachu down smash seem so good.
Oh, yeah.
Like that summit run, I think you're just getting everyone with that down smash. And I feel like every time anyone else uses it, it's just awful.
Yeah, it's easily, it can be easily DI'd, at least for Samus. I can't speak for the other characters, but through the nair? That's crazy. Okay, Aglet getting the dub. Congrats to Aglet.
I have confirmed Virginia native. You're right.
Yeah, okay. Sweet. I wasn't wrong. Nice. Okay, good stuff to Aglet. Moves on in the bracket.
Yeah. Local players have been performing pretty well in this pool.
Yeah. I feel like every time I've come out here, the local players have done pretty well at